You guys are all escaping. Come in here. Good girl. All right, we are down here with Piper for our week 2 video recap. We're going to start with just a little bit of play. I brought a new toy for the puppies to check out today. This is called the flirt pole. So this is the first time that they're seeing the flirt pole. And just like it sounds, I've got a little toy at the end of this pole, and I'm flirting the toy around on the ground for Piper. This is a fun toy for puppies and all dogs to chase. You see how she's checking it out? She's not super sure about it yet, but she's gonna like it. What is that? Gonna let her explore it a little bit, and then I'm gonna make it move real quick. Good girl, Piper. What is that, huh? What is that? I want her to check out the toy on her own terms. So while I'm moving it around out in front of her, I might kind of bring it closer and then make it kind of like move away again. I am not taking the toy and like hitting the puppy with it because that might be scary. I'm just letting her chase and pounce and approach it as she wants to. Look at her. You getting brave. Yeah, good girl. What is that? This toy at the end of this rope here is like the same color as these puppies. It's kind of silly. The flirt pole is a nice toy because you can teach your dogs about cooperative toy play and to target and chase and bite the toy instead of you. Because it's on a string that's like way far out in front of you, it is easy for the dog to just target the toy and not target like your hand or something on accident, right? So I love flirt poles for little baby puppies. It's also easy on the handler. Like I can just stand over here. I don't need to like run all over the place or have to get down on the ground to play the flirt pole game with the puppy, right? Where is it going? Are you gonna chase it? What do you think? If they do chase it and grab it, you can play a little tug with them too. Once they have it, Piper's still just kind of checking it out. Her tail's wagging. Good girl. Yeah, what is that? What is it? So we'll pull this out a couple more times when we take our breaks. And we'll see if she wants to get more brave with it. But let's grab our snacks and our clicker. And we're going to move into some of our training exercises. Yeah, where did that go? We're going to recap real quick some of the stuff we did last week. So I am going to start by charging the clicker. Good girl, Piper. So maybe we'll just do that like 3 times in a row today. Good girl. And then we're going to move right into following that food lure. Just connect it to my hand. Super. Good girl, Piper. Good girl. You're so brave. Good girl. Okay. Right there. Okay. You didn't see it. Okay. There you go. All right, and then a new game for this week for name recognition. I'm going to have Piper chase a cookie. Okay. Piper. And then I'm going to use her name to call her back to me. Okay. Piper. So you can see how this is a nice foundation game. Okay. For a recall. Piper. A come when called. Okay. Piper. You can play this game all over your house. Okay. Piper. You could play it in the backyard. Definitely recommend doing it everywhere so you get a puppy that wants to come to you in all different environments. Super job, puppy. You're so smart. Okay, let's review our hand targets real quick. Piper, touch. Super. Remember, that's where I want her nose to target my flat palm. Piper, touch. What a good girl. This week, we're not using food in our hand. Empty palm. Piper, touch. Good, but I'm still feeding her after I click the clicker, okay? Still rewarding her for the behavior. We've just faded the food lure. Touch. Super girl. What a good puppy. Okay. Piper. Wow, you're so smart. Piper, touch. Good girl. Okay, let's take a little play break again. So super quick recap of some of the things we did last week. What is that? What is that toy? Oh, she's like, that moves kind of fast. I don't know about it. I can't remember. Maybe it was Piper who was really into the ball earlier this week too. Here we go. Different dogs might like different types of toy play games. Let's see if Piper was the one who liked the ball a lot. Ready? Ready? Where's the ball? Get. Good girl. Ready? Get. Get that ball. Get it. Oh, you're so close. Oh, I'm gonna trip on you. You guys are too tiny. You're too tiny and you move around too fast. Ready? Go get it. No? Maybe it was one of the other puppies. Get it. Oh, good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. All right, let's take a little break from that again. We're gonna start this next rep with some sits. We did do sit last week. Piper, sit. Good girl. So as you can see, in between pieces of food, I am taking my hand completely away. Uh-oh, sit. Good sit. Good sit. Okay. Using that release word to release her out of position. Piper, sit. Good girl. What a sweet puppy. Good sit. Okay. Let's do one more sit. Piper, sit. Good dog. Yeah, you're so smart. Look at that beautiful sit. Okay. Good job. All right, and now let's practice some downs. So that one's new for this week. We're going to start by getting the puppy in a sit. Piper, sit. Then lure them straight down to the ground. And then we're going to mark and reinforce a few times in a row for that down position, just like we did in the sit. Okay, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to release the dog out of the position with their release word. Let's do that one again. Sit. Good sit. Down. Super. Good girl. So this position is new, so you can see from this week to last week, okay, how stable the sit position has become. And so now we just have to work on creating a more stable position for the down as well. She's doing pretty good with it. Sit. Down. Wow, good girl. What a good down. Okay. And you can see if she starts to get up before I release her with that okay word, I just lure her right back into the down again. So let's watch that one more time. Piper, sit. Down. Super puppy. Super dog. Good girl. Okay. Okay. Good girl. That was great. All right. So, because we learned down this week, we applied it to our mat. So remember, the mat is going to be a stay behavior, but we teach it in little steps. I know you would say for your mat. So I want to see if I put the mat down, if she can just, yes, if she can just offer me the down, which she did. Get your little butt back on there. And then just like we did when she was just on the ground, I'm going to reinforce a few times to create stability. Okay, in the position, release her off when ready. We're going to pick up the mat and see if we can repeat that. Super dog, good girl. So I'm clicking when she goes down. She's just excited that I'm bringing the cookie down, so that's why she stands up again. But I just don't release the cookie until she goes back into the down position. Wow, what a good girl. You are so smart. Okay. Let's do that a couple more times. You can do it up here. Good girl. So you can see I just waited until she offered me that down. Good girl. Very nice. Get that one. Okay. And let's do this one more time. Here's your mat. Super dog. So I just afforded the dog a little bit of time to think about what I wanted to earn that click and subsequently the cookies. Good girl. Super dog. Okay. Wow. Good girl. You are so smart. All right. Let's see. I'm going to show you another new thing that we worked on for week 2, and that was introducing some crate games. The puppies have all been sleeping in their crates at night. It's a little wet on the ground right here. But we want to make sure that we are building positive associations with the crate. I like a dog that wants to go in and out of the crate on their own. Try really hard not to pick up the puppy and put them in the crate. We want to teach them to go in on their own. Piper, where are you going? Kennel. So I'm just showing her that I have the food and cueing her to get into the kennel. And when she does, I'm clicking and marking that behavior. Okay, I feed her a few treats for being inside, release her out with our release cue. Kennel. Good job, puppy. And no matter if I'm playing crate games like I am right now during a training session with my puppy, or if I'm putting them into the crate because I need to lock them in there because I need to leave the house or it's bedtime, I put the dog in the crate the same way every time. Okay, which means that maybe if I'm locking the puppy in the crate to spend a little time in there because I got to leave the house or something, kennel, instead of luring them in with a cookie like I'm doing right now and dropping cookies in, maybe I'll have a little Kong stuffed with some wet dog food, and I'll say kennel and give them their Kong once they go in. Okay, then that puppy is thinking about something and working on something else and creating positive associations with the fact that they're in the kennel and I'm leaving the house. Kennel. Oh, I dropped that one early. That was silly. Good girl. So it's super important. Like I do this for a long time when I'm locking the dog inside the kennel, pairing it with a Kong. Okay. Or something like that. Good girl. You're so smart. Let's do one more. Kennel. It's very important that you have a dog that is happy to go into their crate, doesn't resent the crate, doesn't resent the fact that you're leaving. And I start this right away. Okay, I'm not afraid to leave my puppy. I get a puppy, I leave the house the next day. They go in the crate, they get a Kong. You know, I'm probably not going to be gone for super long, but it's part of their routine right off the bat. If you wait a week to leave the house and leave your puppy alone, they will struggle with it. Just make it part of the routine right off the bat. Okay, let's take a little break again, and actually we're going to get Piper dressed in her harness and do a little bit of harness time. She's still looking for treats over here. Okay, I got him in my hand. Ooh, good girl. Super puppy. I know. What are you doing? You're paddling. You're silly. Yes, next week you might be in the size bigger harness. Good puppy. I know. Oh my goodness. I know. If your puppy struggles a little bit while you get the harness on, no big deal. I usually just, I'll get the harness on still like I just did with Piper, and then I'm just going to wait until the puppy is calm again. So now she's calm. So now I will set her down. Oh, good girl. Oh, it's so terrible getting dressed in my harness. Okay, go get it. And then, then I'm going to do something fun with them right after I set them down. Okay, which could be like chase the cookies, or it could be play with my toys a little bit. What is that? You want your toy? Good girl. Check it out. Good girl. What do you think? He's like, I'm not sure about that flirt pole. Here, I'm going to leave it right there for you. What is it? You're silly. Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Yeah, you good puppy? Huh? Oh, that's a sweet girl. Sometimes if dogs are a little unsure of the flirt pole at first, I'll put it on the ground just like this. And I'll let them check out the whole thing. Because sometimes I think, look, she's picking it up now. Sometimes I think that like the pole part could be a little scary for some dogs. They're like, oh God, are you going to hit me with that? Like, no, this is a fun toy at the end of it. Yeah, good girl. Super. Okay, also with their harnesses on, we can practice a couple of our behaviors too. Get them used to responding to things in their harness. So food lure. Good girl. Piper, sit. Yeah, good girl. Down. Super. Okay, go get it. Piper, touch. Very nice. Good girl. Okay. Piper, touch. Super. Good girl. What a good job. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take her harness off now. And I got one more thing to show you for today's video. Give me that. For our handling exercises this week, we introduced some grooming tools. So last week we worked on body handling. And we still work on that stuff, right? We don't just stop because it's the next week. We still do body handling stuff, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to show you the grooming tools. So I've got brush and nail clippers here. I'm going to get that puppy hooked on the food lure just like we did last week with our handling exercises, right? But I'm going to pet her with the brush. Yes, what a good puppy. I'm using the word yes instead of the clicker since I'm using both hands. I'm going to brush her a little bit. Yes. After 2 or 3 strokes, I'm going to say yes and let her, yes, have one of those cookies. Okay. And take the brush all over and start to brush her legs a little. Yes. Good girl. Yes, what a good girl. Okay. Reset her. With the nail clippers, I'm just going to bring the nail clippers to her feet. She thinks the brush is a toy. Yeah, that's funny, huh? Here. Good girl. So I'm just taking the nail clippers. Yes. Touching her feet with them. Yes. Saying yes, feeding her a cookie. Yes. If you plan to have your groomer or your vet, yes, do their nails. No big deal. You could use anything for this. A lot of times I'll just take something like a fork and I'll practice touching their feet just with any sort of object. Yes, novel object. Okay. So they get used to being handled with something, okay? The brush, you should definitely buy a brush. Your puppy will need to be brushed between grooming appointments. So this is something that's very important. Yes, in order to prevent severe matting. Yes, if your dog gets very matted in between grooming sessions, yes. Then when they go to get groomed, it can be very uncomfortable for them. It can be even painful sometimes. And then they're going to have a negative experience and a negative association with the groomer. So it's very important that you do keep up on brushing in between grooming appointments if you have a breed like this, okay? All right, so that's everything for this week. Piper did fantastic for week 2. Make sure that you get your Zoom lesson booked. I do have availability open up online. You can book with myself or Marissa, one of the other trainers who has been doing work with the puppies. You'll see her in the recap videos for week 3. Any questions? Shoot us an email.